could now please invite on stage my colleague and senior news anchor with the Times Network, Amita Vadva. Amita, I ask that you kindly please do join us on stage for what promises to be a power-packed discussion. And as a part of this discussion, we have three eminent speakers who bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to the conversation. First, we have Shri Niranjan Hiranandani, Managing Director of the Hiranandani Group, who will be joining us virtually. And joining him are Shri Anand Kumar, Chairman of Delhi RERA, and Shri Naveen Raheja of Raheja Developers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a power-packed group, as I mentioned. Kindly do join us on stage, please. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And Amita, before we dive into discussion, I ask that you please felicitate our guests with a token of our appreciation. Wonderful.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, welcoming all of you here. And Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani will be joining us virtually, so we'll welcome him as well. And to all of our guests, thank you very much, sir. It's an honor to have you both here with us on stage. Of course, I want to begin when we talk about economic growth and the kind of reality that has been in the realty sector. Mr. Hiranandani, I would want to begin with you, sir. When it comes to economic innovations and the growth that has now been witnessed in the real estate industry, sir, what is your point of view when we talk about the growth that has now been seen in the last decade with the kind of immense experience that you have had in this industry?
Real estate has seen paradigm changes, both externally and internally. Externally, there has been a shake-up. You have seen there has been demonetization, the bringing up of GST, RERA, which is an intervention which has taken place, the crisis which came up due to IL&FS's decline from the NBFC sector. All this and more has really made a remarkable change as far as real estate is concerned. As far as investments into real estate is concerned, that also has seen a paradigm change. A large number of foreign direct investors have looked into India for the opportunities in real estate in the commercial and residential space. However, in the last couple of years, the focus has been more of FDI in the commercial spaces, especially of properties which are already rented out, and an exit policy which has worked out through the creation of REITs. This has really been a big change. Recently, the markets have actually driven up, and a fresh interest is now taking place in the other aspects of real estate. Residential real estate, centers like retail, malls. We are seeing a huge amount of interest in data centers. So all in all, huge amount of interest into the Indian real estate business from external means. Internally, the demand is absolutely fantastic. The growth in the last couple of years is more than 20 to 25% overall in growth. And this has been more in the residential real estate rather than in the commercial real estate. Commercial real estate took a little beating during the COVID times, and that is now coming back. But in the residential real estate, there has been a huge growth in all segments of residential real estate. Surprisingly, I do find that the mid-segment and the luxury segment has grown much, much faster, more than 12 to 14% compounded annual growth. While the affordable segment has taken a beating, it is not growing as fast as the other segments. However, I would consider that partly to be because of the higher interest rates that have come up. Earlier, interest rates were down at 6.5%. Now they're 8.5, 8.7, and even closer to 9. So all that are major changes which have taken place in the real estate sector in the last decade.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insights. Mr. Kumar, I would like to take up that question with you, especially when it comes to Delhi RERA. How do you believe that your experiences have worked, especially when it comes to transforming the real estate industry, sir, in Delhi?
The best thing which has happened after Real Estate Regulation and Development Act has come into being, uh, the trust deficit which had come up between the home buyers and the developers, I would not say home buyers, the real estate buyers and the developers, that has gone. And new trust has developed, the new confidence come in. And that's why there is a boost in the realty sector. Now, in case, and this act is a fantastic instrument. This is not only for the real estate buyers, this is for the real estate buyers, this is for the developers, this is for the all other stakeholders. And any stakeholder, if has any problem, then he or she can come to RERA and get his grievance or her grievance addressed. So the new confidence is developed. It has catalyzed the real estate sector, and now the development, as you are seeing, new projects are coming up, and not only in Gurgaon, Noida, or Greater Noida, but in Delhi. And they're all high-end projects. And not only, I'm saying all high-end projects, but they are projects of various kinds. They are projects which take care of the middle income group, the lower income group, and also the high income. Affordable housing. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Raheja, sir, welcome. Thank you very much for joining in. What do you have to say as far as your rich experience is concerned in the industry? Because, of course, we want to talk about your experiences, but however, you have been visioning your vision for the next decades. Of course, it's a long time that we talk about. We usually ask, what are your plans for next 5 years or so, but what's your plan now for next 10 years as Raheja Builders?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling me here. I have seen real estate from zero since last 4 decades. And I've seen this country transform. I've seen the people transform. And I only know one thing, that anybody in his lifetime aspires to make 1/3 investment of his life into real estate, because they are looking at home. Somebody in any family at any stage looks at home, looks at its family security by some sustainable investment. It may be a commercial shop, it may be a commercial asset, if they can afford. So where largely you can park money, anybody who makes any money, you cannot consume entire money. So whatever wealth creation happens, a substantial part of it goes into real estate investment. So going with that, as we look at India, you wanted to understand what is going to happen also. If we look back just 10 years ago, and if we look at the speed of transformation, whether it is the development happening all around in infrastructure, or whether we are looking at the total lifestyle changing and income patterns changing, and overall, nuclear families also now have become active. Young generation is aspiring to be independent. So with all these things, if in the past real estate was limited to a family which is living together, joint family system. Today, I think everybody tries to get independence just immediately after he gets his first employment or first business opportunity. So this also becomes a basic requirement. If we look at 2027, we're going to 5 trillion economy, and then we're going to become a developed economy by 47. Let me tell one thing, that 1/3 of it is definitely going to be in real estate as a driver. And you can imagine what kind of investment is going to happen in this sector and how the cities are poised to grow. Uh, the only requirement right now will be that those developers who can transform with the complete transformation of society and meet the requirements, the fundamental requirements and demands of the sector. Only that will go much faster. The last 10 years have seen one more aspect, Our Honorable Minister Sahab was also talking about Haryana. We have, last 40 years, have largely seen development which had been more unorganized, unregulated. And we just heard Hiranandani ji also, that how the FDIs are coming, and this sector is actually becoming a very, very professional. And it can be run only by those companies which will be conducting themselves professionally in their systems, processes, using artificial intelligence, moving things fast with time, complete transformation. And this is one aspect. Second is, now to do that, you have to achieve timelines also.
Right.
So transformation in terms of technology also. Incidentally, my company is making the tallest building of Delhi also.
Yes.
And tallest building of Haryana also. At 61 floors is there. And here also it is almost 200 meters in Delhi, about 2.6 times taller than Qutub Minar, or twice taller than the tallest building presently which is there in Delhi. So this can be done only through integration and into the new technology, processes, systems, execution, quality controls. So there are many challenges because now you are creating something which is beyond your infrastructure also.
Right, sir.
You don't have snorkels, you don't have fire tender systems which can go to the extent of 61 floors. So what you need is intelligent building management systems which will work. So, but I'm lucky that way because with me in partnership is the same company which made Burj Khalifa, tallest building in the world. So that is my partner. And because of that only, it is all around development also, all around technology, and every system is going that way only.
So you're focusing on excellence.
So
and
technology also,
absolutely.
yeah, excellence, technology, everything has to move.
So despite the challenges, the next 10 years at least we can say are looking very promising. But I would like to ask that 5-year question to Mr. Hiranandani because the key innovations that we talk about, how do you believe that can be imbibed in the real estate sector? Of course, Mr. Raheja has been giving some excellent points, sir. What do you have to say on that?
Nobody can ever be ready for all the changes that take place. An earthquake takes place, a war takes place in the Middle East, the interest rates have changed, new things has happened, the Ukraine-Russia war just continues and continues, China keeps on barking in the Pacific, in the Indian Ocean. All this and more is extremely difficult to guesstimate in the next couple of years. But there are certain things that certainly we can definitely estimate, and those are easy to state. The first and foremost one is the fact that GDP in India is growing at 7% plus. My guesstimate, this year we will touch 8.5 or maybe even 9% GDP growth by the end of this year. As this is happening, the demand for real estate is going to grow even faster. So real estate becomes a cornerstone for investments that take place with the growth of capital markets and opportunities of making gains in that market and investing into real estate has grown exponentially. The multiplier effect of real estate in the economy is huge and humongous. 260 plus industries are positively growing because of investments into real estate segment. The banks and financial institutions are also supporting real estate home loans in a very large manner. This is partly because the NPA in the home loan segment is less than 2%, and most of the banks it is less than 1%. All in all, the next 5 years looks to be very positive growth. The Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has also announced that the PMAY scheme, which is considering the affordable housing segment, is likely to be further expanded in the next couple of years, so that affordable housing will also see a huge boost. So this is happening. But I think the most important factor is infrastructure. Most of the cities in India are seeing a huge jump in the investment of infrastructure. Look at the Mumbai region as an example. In the next 2 or 3 years, Mumbai will add 300 kilometers of metro. 300. The Western Railway, Central Railway and Harbour Line, which was existing for last 65 years, is 190 kilometers. And we are now going to add 300 kilometers. Second, the coastal road is getting done. The Atal Bridge connecting to Navi Mumbai, Panvel and forward is taking place. The new airport will come. All this is creating growth centers around the cities like Mumbai and other important cities where large amount of infrastructure is getting done. So this acts as a multiplier effect, and hence after that the real estate demand will also take. It is my belief that the government is also now going to focus on the slum schemes in place of Mumbai. The Dharavi scheme is already taking off through a private-public participation methodology. The government is also considering to take up larger projects in the public sector in Mumbai in order to take care of the slum rehabilitation program, which is not as fast as they had originally desired. So in the next couple of years, next 5 years, I see humongous growth in this sector, which is going to happen. And also the multiplier effect will cause GDP growth much faster. Remember, when China grew at more than 10% GDP growth in their country in those times, it was partly because of the emphasis on real estate and infrastructure. This is the time for India to actually focus in this area, and the multiplier effect is going to take India forwards, and my view is 8% GDP growth in the next year is almost a certainty.
Right, sir. Thank you for that, Mr. Hiranandani. Mr. Kumar, sir, you heard Mr. Hiranandani speaking on the multiplier effect. What is this multiplier effect that we talk about, and how difficult when it comes to regulating the real estate market in Delhi is concerned, as far as your role in RERA?
When Mr. Hiranandani is talking about the multiplier effect, that means right exploitation of rare resource of land. You build a metro, you build a road, and all around the landscape changes, and it either turns into residential thing or the commercial or retail or office spaces. Now in Delhi, if you see that initially when, let's talk about Delhi and Gurgaon, Haryana, when this national highway came in from Delhi to Jaipur, all around this national highway, the land got exploited for development, for generation of wealth. Similarly, when the Dwarka Expressway has come up, you see the number of projects which are coming in and around. You could have seen in Dwarka Expressway 3 years back, though there were many projects, but they were languishing, not many takers, the rentals were very little. But today when the Dwarka Expressway is open, the rates have shot through the roof. Similar thing is going to happen through the URE2 road, which is connecting Shivamurti to Rohini. If you see, then people have started making plans for bringing in their projects and of different kinds and different dimensions. My take is similar to Mr. Hiranandani, that we must do planned development. We must plan how best to use our resources. Why only one UR2, urban extension road? We can have many other urban extension roads. In Delhi today, if you see toward the west, toward the north, there's a huge tracts of land which are available. But unfortunately, due to non-planning, there has been unauthorized colonies which are coming up. And it's a high time that we have to look into this. And we as RERA Delhi are trying to advise the government that they must make a proper plan for exploiting the rare resource of land here in the capital city of Delhi and try to build a new Delhi, new Delhi, and by creating the new infrastructure here. If on an acre of land you allow unauthorized development, you may have some 500 families staying in. But if you have planned development in the same place, you'll have 5,000 and with better quality. So we have to not only looking into replacing the slums, we have to stop making the slums. We have to stop this unauthorized development, and we must restrict it through hard policies and hard restrictions and hard penalties. This mushrooming of unauthorized development has to stop now. And we must now, and this is what I sincerely hope, that in next few years which are coming up, you'll look forward, you'll have a planned development for Delhi.
That would bring the next question that I was supposed to ask as far as the challenges that you've been facing in such kind of, undeveloped or unauthorized areas that you're looking at, and how you actually tackle or deal with it. Yes.
Unfortunately, RERA cannot enter into the unauthorized development. So that is the responsibility of MCD and DDA. If somebody is making small little houses on an agriculture land, I can't do anything about it, because where RERA comes in. So we come in where there is a development, there is a plotting being done on a plot size, on land size of more than 500 square meters, or more than 8 units are being developed on any kind plot of land, or any real estate project is coming up for sale on again on the size of 500 square meters or more. So that's where it comes. So we unfortunately cannot control unauthorized development. So it is for the civic bodies like MCD.
Right, sir. Understood. Mr.
But,
Raheja,
but definitely
yes.
we can advise the government saying that yes, please make the plan.
Okay.
Please stop the unauthorized development, and please look after, please encourage
right, sir.
Right kind of exploitation of resources like land here.
Still a long way to go for that. Absolutely.
Not a very long way to go.
Not long way to go. All right.
We will see it in, we'll see,
Right.
we will see plan development maybe
Right,
in next 2 to 3 years.
Right, sir. All right, Mr. Raheja, of course, time is up, but we want to just include one more point from you, sir. When we talk about technology, and you were mentioning technology that can be imbibed in construction, in building, when it comes to such kind of technology, how have you imbibed any certain innovations that have now come up, that has now been taken up by you, by your company in real estate?
Although question is a technology, but I will do a little follow-up with because I won't get that opportunity again.
Sure, sir.
Delhi, I've got project in Delhi. So Delhi RERA actually is so proactive, so proactive. It keeps a watch on every nook and corner. I keep on, getting so many suo moto notices, small thing.
He's right
you get
here.
a notice. So, as he was mentioning that, he just looks at not beyond 8 apartments and 500 square meters. Actually, Delhi RERA is, I think, so proactive all around, and no unauthorized construction can take place. So anyway, now I'm coming to technology.
Yes, sir.
Let me say, this all happened because in the case of my company, the growth had been very fast. Evolution, this was a period of evolution for India also, and the real thing is yet to come. So, looking into long-term relationship, we thought that if we try to be in our conventional systems, we cannot really keep pace with the world and the requirement of the Indian aspirations. So it is where that we started looking at global tie-ups, because 15 years ago we considered ourselves to be not really aligned with the global system. We used to see that in China the buildings happen in 2 years, skyscrapers happen in 2 years, 2.5 years. So it was all about technology. You look at, you used to go outside in the world, you see Petronas towers, oh, what a beautiful buildings. In China you see, in America, anywhere, you see that how the world has evolved. So you knew that India is going to go that way. The way I have seen Dubai from the first building in 1991, when I had done my first participation in the first international property show. First international, 1991 it happened, on 14th of November. So we were just 3 participants from India and about 20, 25 from all over the world at that time. And from that one building, single one building of that World Trade Center, which they called just 20-storied building as World Trade Center. That was the only tile, a skyscraper with them. And as you see, it's Dubai today. So it has happened just over the last 33 years. So I could see that India is also poised to go that way. So the first opportunity, the tallest building which has come up, world's tallest building in Dubai. So my dream that why not, instead of going here and there, why not straight away go to them and make a partnership? So that they had the best technologies integrated, whether it was MEP or whether it was aerodynamics or whether it was earthquake or whether it was, so we
looking at the
took
current
all
weather
those,
conditions also in Dubai, that
power
has been something
structure.
that's not been witnessed before, something like that. I mean, what's been happening in Dubai?
It was not.
The challenges,
Individually,
yes.
if you go, if I go, I would have
Yes,
taken
sir.
my lifetime.
Yes, sir.
So we succeeded in getting partnership straight with the contracting company of Burj Khalifa. And their consultants came on board automatically. Thornton Tomasetti, US, which had done structural designing, AECOM, Singapore, and they have offices in Hong Kong and China and everywhere. So they are looking at entire tallest skyscrapers in the world. So they became our partner. So the DAMA for glass technology and glass wind load capacities and all. So they became our partner. So that way we got all the partners together integrated, and then it was the construction technologies. So those companies who have been working all across the world, they are abreast of the best technologies and evolution of best technologies also in the world. So we are lucky. So anything which is happening in the world is coming to us simultaneously.
Best of everything.
And we have a contract that they will not work with any other developer in this country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Raheja, to Mr. Kumar as well, and Mr. Hiranandani. Of course, I'm sorry, sir, we're just running out of time here completely.
I would
Yes.
just like to make one last comment. I would like to congratulate ET Reality for shooting this awards because it promotes excellence among the promoters and the project. So we in the RERA, as per the mandate given to us, are also making guidelines to grade projects and the developers. So this is just for the information.
Well, that's how we believe that the developers and regulatory authorities must go hand in hand and should continue working
Absolutely.
together. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very
you.
much. It's been a pleasure. A huge round of applause, gentlemen, for the gentleman here on stage. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your time.